This week in the Science and Environmental Wrap, scientists grapple with ethics in rush to release Ebola vaccines, and study finds muscular imbalances in South Africa's elderly. Usually it takes years to prove a new vaccine is both safe and effective before it can be used in the field. But with hundreds of people dying a day in the worst ever outbreak of Ebola, there's no time to wait. In an effort to save lives, health authorities are determined to roll out potential vaccines within months, dispensing with some of the usual testing, thereby raising unprecedented ethical and practical questions. Director at the Jenner Institute at Britain's University of Oxford, Adrian Hill, is conducting safety trials on healthy volunteers of an experimental Ebola shot developed by GlaxoSmithKline. Hill says that if the results show no adverse side effects, the new shot could be used in people in West Africa by the end of this year. Staying with research, elderly people with an arterially tilted pelvis struggle to sit and stand because their hip muscles do not work as they should. University of KwaZulu-Natal sports science honours student Casey DeConning and her research supervisor Dr. Terry Alapin recently published the report in the African Journal for Physical Health Education, Recreation and Dance. This first study of its kind examined the impact of an anteriorly tilted pelvis or pelvis tilted forward on elderly individuals' ability to complete the sit-to-stand movement, after reports suggested that those who had ATP experienced difficulty in completing the movement. DeConning says the study validates that there are muscular imbalances in the elderly as a result of muscles not working properly.
So their quadriceps muscles and their hamstring muscles have an abnormal force couple, so they're not working correctly, in other words, if we can say it like that. And that impacts the ability to sit to stand.
On to environmental news. The Worldwide Fund says South Africa needs to urgently move away from the current carbon-intensive economy to renewable sources of energy in order to remain on the safe environmental trajectory. The fund launched its global biannual Living Planet report in Johannesburg on Tuesday. The report shows sharp declines in wildlife populations as well as increased demands for natural resources. CEO of WWF SA, Mone du Plessis, says carbon emissions are a great concern in the whole world. And finally, the 2014 Sasol Solar Challenge is currently underway in the country with local teams competing against international teams from the Netherlands, Turkey and Cyprus, among others. The challenge, held under the auspices of Moto South Africa and the FIA, has teams competing to showcase the sophistication and performance of eco-friendly solar-powered cars. The challenge started in Pretoria on Saturday, and the main route will cover approximately 200 kilometers through the country.
It's been a very challenging few months. We've changed quite a few things for the car. Australia is extremely flat, and here there's a lot of mountains.
The car's running beautifully. The suspension we had to tweak a little bit. That's what we were doing yesterday.
For more science news, go to the SABC News website, www.sabc.co.za/news.